And moved to Vancouver at the age of 17. And my very first job, I was a gas fitter helper, and I actually stuck with that trade. And then at the age of 23, I was actually a journeyman gas fitter. So that was my first huge accomplishment, with the lack of education. And just to give you an idea, at 23, 24, I was at that point. I was actually when I was going to BCIT, I was actually there was quite a few words I didn't understand, and then every booklet that we were given in BCIT, I had a highlight marker, and then what I had to do at that time was words I didn't understand, I highlighted, and I was too embarrassed to ask the instructor what that word meant. I was too embarrassed to ask the student beside me, so when I went home, I actually had a dictionary, and there was times I had to read a chapter over just to get through. But through determination, and I actually, to my surprise, ended up becoming a journeyman gas fitter at 23. And by the time I was 25, I was actually living up Whistler for 6-7 years, and I was the youngest foreman up there. And on top of it, being Aboriginal was another huge accomplishment. Okay, just trying to jump ahead here, but basically at the 7 years I was up in Whistler, I was pretty successful at it. I had a comfortable living, and then the funny thing is I was asking for a raise, even though, because I just personally thought I was due for one. My boss just flat out says he couldn't afford to pay me anymore, and I didn't have a raise for a couple of years, and I just knew I was due for one, and he flat out said that he couldn't afford to give me a raise because I was being paid pretty comfortable already. And so, because there was no incentives, even though it was a comfortable living, I actually, in 2000, I decided to run my own business in the same trade as a gas fitter. And I was doing everything and anything related to gas fitting, air conditioning, furnaces, fireplaces, just anything. And I was actually pretty successful at that also. I ran my business until the 2008 recession, and I made the decision to close the doors because of the recession. I walked away successful, and I seen too many people trying to ride out the recession. They end up not only losing their business, losing their home, and basically they lost everything. And I walked away successful, and another accomplishment in life. I basically went back to an employee as a gas fitter, and 2012 I had an opportunity to actually to basically be a pipe fitter, which is a totally different trade. And my very first project that I worked on as a pipe fitter was actually just the Mount Milligan project, just north of Fort St. James. I was a pipe fitter there for a year, and after that, as a pipe fitter, I got hired on up in Fort St. James. It was an industrial gas plant. And then after that, I had a couple other jobs, but one job that I am at right now is a company called Wilbros, and I've been there surprisingly almost a year. And a couple of months ago, we were working on a project in Anzac, which is just north of south of Fort Mac. And the client actually put a stop to the project just because of the drop in oil prices, and so 40 plus people ended up getting laid off. And 2 days later, the same company HR called me up, and I was handpicked by my project manager. Out of the 40 plus, 2 of us actually got transferred to another project, and I take that as a compliment that I'm doing something right. And I'm proud to say that I'm an Aboriginal, and I'm looked upon with my skills and my personality. And to this day, I'm still working for them. And the project's probably going to be done in about a month. I'd say my career is actually everything's been awesome, and I have no regrets. I have no complaints. And setting goals, with determination. At a 17-year-old teenager, I made some decisions, with determinations. To my surprise, I ended up becoming a journeyman gas fitter. And with that same determination, I actually end up adding to my career as a pipe fitter. So, I'm a dual trade. I'm a journeyman gas fitter, and I'm a pipe fitter. Also, just to touch on a little bit more on my personal life, 6 years ago, with that same determination, I wasn't happy with myself. I didn't take care of my health as well as I should have, and 6 years ago, I was 250 pounds, and then I stumbled through nutrition, I stumbled through exercise, and 6 years later, I just completed 21 marathons.
Yeah, baby.
And just with that same determination, my goal in life is to actually finish 100 marathons, and so I haven't stopped. And then, basically, 21 years later, and then now I'm a resident of Prince George. A big part is meeting Trish. So, I'm basically up here just hopefully that I could reach younger, the next upcoming generation. That through determination, you can accomplish things in life, and I'm proof of it. And then, I'm not. Mix up my cards.
One video, and then I can go through your
if you don't set goals, it's pretty hard to succeed at anything if you don't set goals. So, just set a goal and run with it. Thank you.
Thank you. Awesome.